Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm coming to you from my kitchen this morning, and I wanted to talk to you about coffee enemas. So those of you who work with me, you know that these are so good for you, and I will continue to try to encourage you to do these. What are the benefits you would get from a coffee enema? First of all, you are giving a great healing boost to your liver. So unlike the kidneys that cannot heal as much when they've been damaged, the liver can. So if you have high cholesterol, or if you have Lyme disease, or if you have an autoimmune disease, or some type of digestive disorder, psychiatric illness, chances are your liver really needs some help. And so this is something that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money, and that will give you so many benefits. So what are the benefits? The chemicals in the coffee, actually when they sit in your colon, as they're giving into your, as an enema, they will go right to your liver. There's a vein that goes from your colon to your liver. And so when you put the coffee in as an enema, as opposed to drinking the coffee, which does not help your liver, you are getting those chemicals up to your liver. What do those chemicals do? They help your liver to detoxify better. They help your liver to produce much more natural glutathione on its own, so much better than any glutathione that you can ingest. And that way you detoxify better, you make more bile, your digestion is better, you can expel parasites much better with this. So my clients who will resist doing these for a long time and then jump on board will come back and tell me, oh, Theresa, I'm doing so much better with expelling parasites, my liver pain is so much better, my headaches are better, my skin issues are better, my kidneys are better. When you help your liver, you help everything in your body, because the liver is the master detoxification organ in your body. So much comes back to the liver. I have to brag on a 12-year-old client of mine. I won't say her name, but she had the pandas, the pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric syndrome, the Lyme disease, and she was willing to do these. And God bless her. And she has made much better progress. Not just her, anybody who's willing to do these, willing to do water or coffee enemas, will just make better progress. So it's really a no-brainer. So let me just jump in there and show you how to do it. Okay, so you start with the water. I boil my water in a tea kettle. I fill it up with Berkey water, so you'll want to use good filtered water. If you don't have a Berkey or a good filter, you can buy distilled water from the store. And I've already pre-cooked my water, it's hot. And you want to use S.A. Wilson's Organic Gold Roast Coffee. This is very easy to find on Amazon. This is the premium coffee enema coffee. This is what you want. The gold roast, the very lightly roasted coffee, has all those great chemicals that you want, whereas the darker roast coffee will not. So you really want this brand, and it's not that much money. So what you'll do, if you're new to this, especially if you have Lyme disease or you're highly sensitive, mast cell activation syndrome, you'll want to start with measuring just 1 tablespoon of coffee. So just measure 1 tablespoon into your French press. You'll want a French press, or at least something that you can steep the coffee in, as opposed to just using a coffee maker. If you do not have extreme sensitivities in mast cell, you could do 2, 3, or even 4 tablespoons of the coffee. And I've already pre-measured mine, and there you can see it down there. And once you've measured how much coffee you want to start with, then you'll just fill up your French press with the water. That way you're allowing that gold roast coffee to extract all those wonderful chemicals. And you'll let it sit there and you'll let it steep for 20 minutes. I will just go ahead and skip ahead and act like it has steeped for 20 minutes. And once it's done, that water's still going to be hot, but you'll go ahead and bring it over to a big glass measuring cup. And I just pour my coffee. You can see it's green. See, it doesn't look brown like coffee you would drink. It's completely different. And once you have it, of course, that's going to be too hot to instill into your body. So you can either let it sit and cool, or what I do is I'll add some extra water to mine to cool it off. You could even throw ice cubes in there if you want. And then I'll just kind of check it to make sure that it's not too hot. That actually is too hot, but normally I would let it sit and cool off a bit longer before I would start. But that's your basic coffee enema solution. That's what you're going to instill into yourself. You don't have to give yourself all of that. Some people can. You might only be able to take half of that. You might only be able to take 200, 300, 400 milliliters of that, as opposed to the full 1,000. So, here is another trick that I have learned. If you buy some organic unsulfured blackstrap molasses, this really helps to hold it. So what you'll want to do, I don't twist that lid, is you'll just want to measure out a tablespoon, and I've done this so many times, it's approximately that much. And stir that in. What that will do is that will give you some great minerals and iron if you need it. And it will also help you to hold it. You wouldn't think that something like blackstrap molasses would help you to hold in the coffee enema, but it really does. Dr. J. Davidson taught me that trick. And here's some other things I like to add to my coffee enema. Oh, by the way, that's what I picked out of my garden just this morning. Not like I'm bragging or anything, but my garden's doing great this year. So here are some things that if you have these at home, you'll want to use these things. Cell-core Biomolecular Oxygen. That will help to counteract any sugar from the blackstrap molasses. So I'll drop 1, 2, let's go with 5 drops today. Many people can take up to 20 or 30 drops. What it'll do is that oxygen helps your body with so many things, detoxing mold and mycotoxins, just giving more oxygen to your cells. It's a great antioxidant, and it will give you energy. Here's another favorite to give you energy. People will take 10 of these orally or in their coffee enema. Even my people with severe mast cell activation syndrome, and they do good with these things. These minerals will help with any minerals or electrolytes that you may have lost during your coffee enema, and you can put as many drops in your enema as your body can tolerate. So if you're new at this, if you have severe Lyme or mast cell activation, you might start with 1 drop and work your way up to 30 drops. So once your solution is prepared, you're going to take your enema bucket. I use a stainless steel bucket. This is what I generally recommend. Some people like the bag. This is what I prefer. And of course, make sure your clamp at the bottom is shut so that it doesn't leak all over the place. And then pour your coffee in. Again, it should be, comfortably warm, but not hot. Mine is a little too hot right now, but normally I do let it cool. And you won't want to give yourself all the air in this line, this tubing. So what you'll want to do first is you'll want to prime your tubing. So you'll stand next to your sink, open that clamp up. See, when it's like that, it's open. And then you can see the coffee coming through that tubing. See it coming through? It's coming out. So you know that the air is out and it now has coffee in it. Oh, here it comes down the line. Here it comes down the tube. If I lift it up just slightly, there. Now it's completely through. And then you'll clamp it again to stop it. And so this is how you prepare. And it might seem overwhelming to you at first, but the more you do this, the easier this part will get. At this point, I have instructions that I give to my clients where you can lay on the floor of your bathroom with a couple of old towels under you or some type of waterproof mat, and you'll lubricate the tip that I showed you. I'll show you that tip again. So you can see that this isn't long, not much goes inside of you, just a couple inches there. So you'll lubricate that with some organic coconut oil, and you'll insert that tip into your rectum. And when you're ready, you'll open this clamp, and you saw how the water flowed out of there before, so it'll just flow into yourself. Because if you have it setting up on a counter like this and then you're laying down here on the floor, it flows pretty quickly. If it's flowing too fast, you can clamp that clamp down and give yourself a break. If you can only hold a little bit, then that's all you can hold. That's okay. You don't have to take that whole bucket full. And you can stop and start that clamp, whatever you need to do to get as much of it in yourself as you can. Then, once it's in and you've clamped it off for the last time, then you can put a timer on. So I'll have my phone there next to me. I'll play some music from it, something that is relaxing to me, and then I'll put my timer on. And you want to hold it for a minimum of 12 minutes, maximum of 20. So I hold it for 20, but if you're just starting out, you can go for the 12. And as you're laying there, you can use an old rag to sort of hold back there and help yourself to hold it longer, and just breathe deeply, try to relax. And while you're holding it for those 12 to 20 minutes, those chemicals from the coffee will go from that vein, from your colon up to your liver, and will do the magic. And some people say they don't feel good after they do it. That's because they've moved a lot of toxins out. So what you can do to help yourself is later that night do a water enema, just to help move those toxins out of your gut faster. That can help you. Another thing that can help you if you don't feel good after a coffee enema is to take a binder. Let's see, where's my binder? The cell core binders, if you're working with me, you're on one of these. Either Virad Chem is what I like. And biotoxin binder, or HMET. Another trick that can really help purge your liver is to take Tudka, which is a fantastic liver supplement. It really helps increase detoxification. I'll take 2 to 4 of these about 30 minutes before I do my enema. When you're first starting off, you might do 1 a month. And as you keep going with it, you will feel so much benefit from it. You'll do them once a week, twice a week. Some people even do them 3 times a week. And the more you do them, the better and better and better you'll feel, and your energy will go up, your brain fog will go down, your pain will be less, you'll be detoxifying better, you'll be overcoming mast cell activation syndrome much quicker, and you can defeat parasites much more quickly. So I hope this video was beneficial to you. Reach out to me if you want to talk to me about any of this at Foundations Wellness Coaching, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Okay, have a great day.